It's basically a miracle that I am recording with my hair naturally the way that God made it. And so I'm going to talk about why I decided to cut my hair and wear it natural. Well, hello, YouTube family. Thank you for tuning in today to my channel where you can expect a whole lot of midlife talk, music, and ministry. Music because I am an artist, I'm a singer songwriter, and my genre is worship music, Christian music, and also I love music. So I do have some songs out there, but there's a whole lot more coming, and I believe this is my year. So stay tuned for that. However, I love to help other women through midlife. And so today we are going to talk about a subject that is very near and dear to my heart. And this is actually a love hate relationship, if you will, because it's basically a miracle that I am recording with my hair naturally the way that God made it. And so I'm going to talk about why I decided to cut my hair and wear it natural. So, like I said, by the very fact that I'm filming this today in my natural state is also its own miracle. I have tried to become more and more comfortable with wearing my hair natural, and I would say it's been many years that I have tried and failed, and then tried again, and just felt like I was so far outside of my comfort zone that I would eventually put on a wig or weave and get back into the same, system that I was in, where I just felt so insecure and uncomfortable with who I was as a person. Really, it was an example of that for me. Now, that doesn't have to mean that I won't in the future wear a weave or a wig or braids or anything like that to have a protective style for my hair. But it's different when I'm doing it for the purpose of not feeling comfortable with who I am as a person. So that's a whole long series. I'm sure we could talk about this for many videos, if you will. So I just wanted to kind of come on here and talk about my journey. And, this is, I know maybe some people would be encouraged by my story to cut their hair or wear it natural. But that's not my intention. It's more about who the person is. So I am all about, in this season in 2025, which is when this is being recorded, becoming more authentic to who I really am as a person. I just want to find who Teresa is. This is probably something that's going to take a while for me to unpack. And I feel like it's an onion where there's so many different layers, and I'm just going to have to start peeling back those layers and finding out who I am at the center of it all, right? So, yeah, for some reason, I was just extremely terrified with wearing my hair natural. And coming into this new year, I felt like this is the time, if ever there was. I'm 53, just so you know. I turned 53 this past August. And I just came to a point where I was wanting to figure out what 2025 is going to look like for me. Years ago, I remember saying that when by the time I'm 55, I wanted to be retired from my 9 to 5. And in August, I actually left my 9 to 5 job. I am an insurance agent, but I was working at a job 9 to 5. And that just did not resonate with me, or it was just not something I do very well, is having to be in a position where I'm trading time for money. I like to have a whole lot more control over that. And so insurance works well for me. But really, when I look at it, that wasn't working for me either. See, I just got down a whole nother path, and we're talking about my hair. Let me get back on. Stay focused. Okay. So let's talk about my hair, this hair journey. For years and years, I remember in the 90s, I was at a point where I would go and I was looking for the perfect style, which we all know that doesn't happen. There's not really, there's times when you're like, oh my gosh, I love this style. I love this, the way my hair looks right here. But, it always changes. And if you're anything like me, that's how it is for me. So I have been in tears before. I have had sleepless nights about my hair. I really have. And those times, usually because I have paid hundreds of dollars. I've paid thousands over the years, thousands and thousands of dollars. But I have actually paid, I think the most I have paid to get my hair done for a sew-in, maybe a decade ago. But that was, I'm pretty sure I paid the total price for this one hairstyle. I can remember. It's etched in my memory. Um, but I paid about $600 or $700. And I was so disappointed. I was in tears. I went to my friend at the time and I was just like, oh my gosh, because I asked for something and it was not what I wanted. And they were kind of rude and just the whole thing, right? And so, but yeah, over the years, I know that I have had times when I've had it cut all the way down, just really, really short, very, very tapered to where you could see my skin at the bottom of the taper, to where, I've had long hair as well in high school. For prom, I had blown my hair out, and I just love that long, because it was very long at the time. And so I've had all different hairstyles all between then. But, mostly it has been to cover up my natural hair. And so when I look at now going into this year and beyond, I feel like I want to really, really embrace my hair. So I've gone even as far as, for my brand, I want it to be about me becoming my most authentic self. So by no means am I thinking today I decide that and now I'm that person. I feel like I said, it's going to take some time for me to work this out, but I'm here for the journey, right? So a couple of years ago, I was working on my brand, and I knew that my brand had something to do with me wearing my hair natural. And it was so much deeper than just the look of my hair or the way that it behaves or things like that. I knew that it was going to be a longer process. And having to go deeper meant really talking about some of the trauma that I had experienced and dealing with those things that I have allowed to be said to me about my hair, or that I've allowed myself to believe that weren't even true. All of that. I'm going to have to, as I'm peeling that back and really uncovering the real true challenges to why I'm been in this position, right? So when I did that, a couple of years ago, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to wear my hair natural. And I started wearing it, and I even came up with a logo, because no matter how long my hair, it has some length to it even now, but it, um, so when I put curls in it, or whatever the state that it is in, it just, after it's molded into whatever the style it is, it looks like this style. So I'm gonna have to show you a picture of that somewhere here on this video, so you see that's, I made a logo that was, myself in my most natural state. And no matter what the length is, it could have some length to it, but it's still, when it gets molded, it kind of goes into this shape. So it is what I'm going to have to embrace. Well, I love that logo, and I got so many compliments on it. But even still, what did I do? I just started going back into that same, down that same path of, that's not good enough. Or what about if I want to be dressy? Which has been some of the narrative that has gone around about African American hair not being dressy enough for the business world and for the office and things of that nature. Well, of course, that's not true at all. But so what I did was I went right back into wearing wigs and the weaves and the whole thing. Well, going back into spending hundreds of dollars and even thousands of dollars trying to get to this, what it felt like was an avatar. It wasn't really like I put on this suit and I'm this person. For me, being able to be accepted in the office place and things like that, it was so much easier to just throw on a wig. Now, so then so then it comes to what kind of wig do I want to get? So I want to get the best wig, right? And so just recently I spent $500 on a wig. I won't say who the company is, but I will never buy another wig from them. That wig, every time I wear it, like it came out of the box like this looks like real hair. But for some reason, it had all these different um, sizes of hair to it because it was breaking off, and because I had it, it was some blonde, and it had some blonde and some highlights and things like that. So it wasn't in good shape. And every time I wear it, although I could get it to that place, I tell you, like it would be less than 40 seconds and it had like it would start tangling up. And so it was so frustrating. And I would remember talking to someone, doing an entire video or having an entire conversation, and then walk past a mirror and I've got this clump of hair that has just matted up for no reason at all. It's I'm telling you, this has been a journey. And so here, just recently, I tried to wear the wig for the holidays because I just couldn't bring myself to wear my hair the way that it is, right? And so I was just so miserable, and I've delayed even having my YouTube channel and doing all the things that God has told me to do because of my hair. I mean, I've been in tears telling my husband I can't do it because if I do, they'll see my hair and I'm not comfortable with it. And you have to have a certain amount of comfort to be in front of people and do well, perform, whether it is ministry or, we have a church. My husband is a pastor, and being able to minister in song on Sundays. Like it's a whole situation knowing that, those weeks go so they're so short. And so, Sunday is always coming is what we say. And with that being the case, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with my hair? By Wednesday, I'm already thinking about it. So here before the new year, I was really leading up to that. I kind of got my husband prepared for it because, I just wanted him to like it and things like that. And he's so good about it. Truth be told, he loves me no matter what, and he's told me that many many times, and I believe him, right? But then I have to question if I love myself no matter what, right? So that's a whole thing. And so I told him, I said, hey, I'm really thinking about wearing my hair natural, and uh, he was like the first, without hesitation, he was like, wear it, and I was like, I mean, just where, what? How could you say, like we do? And I was like, so how? And I just wear it, and he's like, yeah, just try different things. And so I knew that was confirmation for me to just become more of my authentic self. So what I did, I started trying different things. I tried it with the perm rods, and then I tried it with the flexi rods, and it's all those are hard to get it nice and tight and be in a really, good state. But when it's the craziest thing. When I wear my hair, the most beautiful that it's been is when I just put some twists in it right before. Like I can put twists in my hair that morning. I'm blessed with that grade of hair. And I could put twists in it that morning, take a shower, and then I'm ready to go. All I have to do is take out my twist, and then it goes into this style. It doesn't matter. It'll be long. I do have some length, but then it'll just, whatever happens, a few, maybe an hour later, it's back into this style. And so I had to become used to that. But God, I believe, really gave me a grace. And this is where the being able to trust God concerning His plan for your life, right? And this time it's different. It's different. I've tried it before, but this time I have truly fallen in love with my hair. Now my tears are positive. They are in a good light. Like I see myself walk past a mirror or I'm getting dressed and I'm like, girl, you really look good, Teresa. And that's a whole thing as well. You know, it took me a while to even be able to look myself in the mirror and say, you're beautiful, or I love you. The first time doing that, I was in tears. And it's just because of all the negativity. I've been divorced before. I was married for 16 years and I had four of his children. And we were not a good fit, but I was going to try to make it work, you know, especially, you know how we do. You have children and you're thinking, I'm going to make this work. Well, so he was a two-way street, and I understand that there are always two sides to every coin and every story. So, but my story was that. Anyway, I had to love myself for me, first of all. I can't be looking for someone else. Even my current husband, who's very complimentary and he loves me for me, I have to love myself for me. I have to see myself through God's eyes. And so I believe that is the path that I'm on at this time. And so I am going to just be wearing my hair as natural as I can. I want to be my most authentic self. Like, um, I did a video, and it's the video right before this one, and it's called Thriving Through Menopause and God's Truth for Your Journey. Well, I was working on the script because I did that one with a script. And I was working on the script for the second part to that. And I just could not bring myself to finish it. Why? Because I had to go according to a script. And um, I really felt challenged this morning as I was beginning to work on that second video. And because I felt like that's not authentic either. Now, I'm not saying that I won't ever have a script because it does help me to kind of stay on task, as I'm a person that can think about all the different things. Like right now, I'm thinking about 10 different things: what I'm going to cook, how I'm going to wear it, what I'm going to wear tomorrow, what I'm going to wear for church on Sunday. It's the whole thing, right? But what I won't be worried about too much is what I'm going to do with my hair. But so yes, I think that this path that I'm on is the best path for me to be most authentic and to present myself as I can, because the midlife journey has been an entire, not only process, there's not a proper word for what being in the middle of what I'm still in perimenopause at 53 because of having had a period less than a year ago. Although it was very light and things like that, I understand that you have to go a year before um, before you are fully into menopause. So, but having gone through that journey of all of the symptoms that we'll talk about in another episode, my hair has been on that journey with me, and I just truly believe that my hair's um, journey is coming to a place where I can actually help other women through that process. I hope that I have made some sense on this video, and I pray that you were blessed in some way. And I want you to stick with me on this journey as we talk about midlife, and I share my music and also be able to minister through my journey of midlife and menopause. And we're going to talk about relationships. Um, and the challenges they face through the process of midlife and finding yourself. I believe I went through a midlife crisis, and so I've been able to help others through that, because every midlife journey, as we are making that transition, is very similar, but they're all different. So there's some people that come through menopause and not even feel a thing, and then there's some that are tragic, where they're in the hospital because of what they are experiencing. So I just want you to know that there's still time for you and your hair. Just be your most authentic self. Make the best of it that you can. Like I've spent the last few weeks trying different things, different types of curls, and seeing how my hair responds. Um, One funny story is a couple of weeks ago, I decided to wear my hair natural, and the first thing I did was just blow it out, and it was like a nice afro. And I just went, before I knew it, I didn't give myself a chance to say no, and I just went out into public. I went to the store with an afro. I went to the gym and got in the sauna with my afro. And I cannot tell you how many people complimented me on my hair. They were like, I love your hair. Oh, all different colors of people, black, white. They were like, I love your hair. Now, not that I needed that. Well, at that time, I was still coming to grips with this, and I just feel like it's going to be a journey, and I'm not putting a time frame on myself to become finally comfortable with my hair. But I can say this, that I am here for it. I'm here for the journey, and the journey of becoming my most authentic self. So I believe that my best is yet to come, and the same for you. No matter what part of the journey you're on, I want to be here to help support you and to help you become your most authentic self, because God created you that way. And before we go, I want you to know that midlife, this is not the end for you. Midlife is just the intermission. I like to say that there is so much more. And really, the second half, this encore that God has for you, is really going to blow your mind. God knows what He has planned for you, and it is good, sis. I want to encourage you with that. Don't give up. I do want to tell you, though, get rid of the fear, say no to fear, and get our mind in check, which is that video that I did record, and it has some really good information in there. But I really would prefer to be more myself. So I'm going to try my best and give you who God wants me to be for you. So I look forward to talking to you. And until next time, and if you have not yet, and you feel like this is a good channel for you, you're over 50, and let's get together and be great together. I believe that we're stronger together and we are better together. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and subscribe. Comment on this video what your hair journey has been like. I would love to know, and I'd love to get to know you better as well. And like the video, and stay tuned for more. Let me know if there's something else that you want me to discuss. Everything that I talk about will be from a faith-based perspective, but I believe it's going to be good. So, and actually, I know it is. So I can't wait until next time. And until then, bye-bye. See you soon.